Hey, everybody all over the world. Welcome to my virtual full moon ceremony. This is Maxine Taylor, and I have been doing this ceremony for, oh gosh, 10, 12 years at the Phoenix and Dragon bookstore, which of course has not had classes or the full moon ceremony since COVID made its arrival on the scene. So welcome, and we will do this every single month until the Phoenix and Dragon reopens so that we can have these ceremonies in person. I will probably continue, excuse me, to do them virtually because so many of you have asked how they could be part of the ceremony uh, where they lived, and this has a global reach. So this month, the full moon is on Thursday, June 24th. It's in 3 degrees of Capricorn, 3 Capricorn, 28, for those of you with a lot of Virgo in your chart. Find 3 Capricorn, 28 in your birth chart, and this is where it will actually express itself. On the full moon, things come to a head. And so the seeds that we have planted bear fruit. I love the full moon because I know that whatever I have prepared for is going to arrive. And of course, you focus on the positive, you create whatever it is you want. And this is what we do here on our virtual program. Now, in Atlanta, or more specifically, well, specifically Atlanta, but I'm on the Eastern time zone. So for those of you on Eastern Daylight Time, this full moon is going to occur at 2:40 p.m. on Thursday, June 24th. If those of you around the world will convert this to your time zone, you'll be able to be prepared. And you may have noticed that just a couple of days before the full moon, it feels like a violin string that is being tightened and tightened and tightened. And what happens symbolically, of course, is that on the full moon, the spring breaks and everything pops. And this can be a festive occasion. It can be a wonderful occasion if you have prepared for it. So that's why I'm going to give you now your solar placement for the full moon. You're going to want to look in your birth chart for the actual placement of the full moon. Now, many of you have asked me, when we go through the signs, which I'm going to go through in a minute, are we talking about the sun sign or are we talking about the rising sign? The answer is yes. It's both. Use it for both. Okay. Oh, before I forget, excuse me, Mercury is still retrograde a couple of hours. It goes direct at 6 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time today. So we are not yet free from the hit or miss quality of Mercury until after 6 p.m. here. And then, of course, Mercury goes into the shadow of the retrograde until July 7th. All right. I wanted to mention, some of you are astrology students, and my latest book, Hidden Messages in Your Birth Chart, is now available on Amazon. It tells you how to read your own childhood programming in your birth chart. It is a very helpful book for those of you who want to know, why am I doing the things I do? I've looked at my birth chart upside and down the other. And it's because of our programming. and this moves you into a larger arena. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, now let's talk about where this full moon is going to fall in your solar chart. I'm going to start with Capricorn because the full moon is in Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, you don't mope, you don't hope, you cope. And this full moon is in your solar first house, and your mantra is I'm doing what I want, when I want, how I want, because I want. Yeah, baby, it is your turn. Go for it. Aquarius, you want solitude and privacy now. This full moon says, I've had enough with the world. I'm going to the mountains or to the beach, and I'm just going to do my thing there. This is also a wonderful time for meditation and introspection. Pisces, this is the time to be with your friends, to talk about what you're looking for this month, to put your hopes and wishes into operation, and to be a friend to everybody. Aries, this is a marvelous time for your career. Move upward, do not take lateral moves. Jump into the catbird seat, jump into the top slot. It can be yours. Taurus, you're able to see a much bigger picture. You're thinking perhaps of going back to school, maybe getting some books and studying on your own. Certainly travel, long distance travel, if you can do it. We all know how the airlines are doing right now at this moment. I would suggest that if you can, take a longer trip than you normally would. This would be the time to do it because you'll see opportunities that you didn't know you had before. Gemini, this is the time of transformation for you. This is a time to help other people get their money together, to get their act together, to get their issues together. And most of all, this is a time for privacy for you. Eighth house, secrets, transformation, solitude. It's a little like the 12th house in that respect. So, are you ready to transform and be transformed? Use this marvelous full moon on Thursday, the 24th. Okay. Cancerians, well, partnership is the name of the game right now for you. It is time for you to turn to the people you're closest to. If there is not one special person in your life, you might get out there and look around, because Mercury will be direct at that point. And so new relationships are wonderful. I always suggest don't do anything new on a retrograde Mercury. Well, Mercury goes direct today on the 22nd. That's today's date when I'm recording this. Awesome. Leo, your work, your health, go to the gym, start a new job if you have one available, tie up the loose ends of any projects you're working on. And this is a time of service for you, whether you are serving yourself and tying up loose ends or serving others. This is you crossing those T's and dotting those I's. Virgo, now it's time for you to party. But this is also a time when your children might require a lot of you. And so you're going to do both. If your kids are little, you can have play dates with have them have play dates with other kids, which will be part of your socializing. If your kids are older, get out there and party. Not necessarily with the kids, have fun. Virgo, you are the sign of service and you work. You are a worker. It is time to enjoy yourself. So you've got permission to do so. Astrological permission. Libra, This is a time that you're going to want to be with your family members at home. Are you thinking of building a house? Are you thinking of moving? Are you thinking of renovating? Anything relating to home and family and the fulfillment of emotional needs, this is the full moon for you. Scorpio, wow, you've got great ideas. Are you writing a book? Are you doing a blog? This is your time to communicate with other people, to share ideas, not deep concepts, ideas. When you, if you are feeling just a little bit alone, pick up the phone, call somebody, share ideas with them, laugh and have fun. Communication. Now that Mercury's getting ready to go direct, yes, communicate. And last but not least, Sagittarius, wow, your money looks like it's going to improve as a result of this full moon. It is time to expand your finances. I love it. So does everybody else. They wish it were theirs. So open your mind, open your arms, open your heart to receive tangible gifts. Ah, this is wonderful. Okay, now moving right along. As you know, those of you who've been with me before, whether on my YouTube channel or at the Phoenix and Dragon, what we do now, I love to do. Everybody has a list of what they would like to create in their lives for this month. If you don't have a list, put this video on pause, write a list, and get ready because we're going to burn those lists. Now, at the Phoenix and Dragon, I have a big old flower pot. At home, it's just me, and the cat didn't bring her list, so it's just me. And the reason we burn these lists is so that it's a ceremony for our mind. You know, ceremonies are wonderful visualizations. Very often, I have seen people with lists and lists and lists, and they're hanging on to them like this. Well, if you don't uncurl your fingers from around that list and release it to God, whatever your concept of God is, I call God spirit, but personally, you can call it source. You might release this list to Jesus. Whatever brings you fulfillment. There are no rules. Okay? And so you've got your list, and you're going to release it so that God can fulfill it even more so than you're expecting. Haven't you noticed that when you ask for something coming from love, coming from the passion that you feel about getting what is on your list, it's bigger and better than you thought it would be? Well, that's what we're talking about. And so I'm going to take my list, and you take yours. Now, you don't have to do it this minute if you don't want to. This video is good for several days because we feel the full moon, well, about 2 days ahead, and for another few days afterwards. And what I'm going to do, have my list, here it is, in this lovely bowl. And we are going to, I'm not really great with fire. There we go. Love it when it works. Okay, I'm going to set this on fire. And dear God, I release my list to you, knowing that when I ask, it is answered. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, source. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And as you, I don't know if you can see or not, but it is burnt. And I'm not going to put it out. I'm going to just let it simmer until it burns itself out. And I like to say, out with the old, in with the new. Now, those are powerful words. And so if you say out with the old, in with the new, with determination and longing and love, duck, because you will have the new. And those things that are not working in your life will disappear. They'll work themselves out. So many times I've done this ceremony and someone will say, well, I don't want to let go of my loved ones. Well, you don't have to do that. We're not talking about letting them go. We're talking about letting go of what isn't working in your life. Now, if a loved one is just not doing what you want, you may have to accept that loved one as he or she or they are. Okay? What you want is what you put in that burning ball. What do you want for you? Is it money? Cool. Is it superhuman health and energy? Cool. Is it peace? Some of you who have burned your list are thinking, gee, can I add something? Sure, anytime you want. Now, I'm going to share a couple of things. And those of you who attend on a regular basis know that I call this step right hand, left hand. This is the way we get everything out of the way so that we can release. When I say everything out of the way, I'm talking about everything that is blocking us from moving forward, that is blocking our way. And then what's left is what you want. The way to do this is to come from a place of love. And so, as you know, if you will, simply put your hand on your heart. That's the center of love. You'll naturally put your attention on it. And whatever you put your attention on grows. Can you feel it growing? Doesn't it feel good? Don't you want to be there all the time? And when you are coming from a place of love, it only takes a few seconds. Even if you've got a lot on your mind and you're unsettled, and give yourself permission to move into love for the duration of this ceremony and see how it works for you. Okay? Okay, now, once you're in that state of love, extend your right hand. And when you have extended your right hand, put in your palm what you really, 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 really want. Okay? That goes in your right hand. In your left hand, ask God to show you what is really, 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 really blocking you. It may not be who or what or when you think it is. And when you have that block in your hand, you take it and you toss it out to the universe. You get rid of it. Gone. And what is left is what you want. And the rest of this step is incredibly powerful. You're going to put your hand back on your heart. And you are going to reclaim what is yours. And if you have been controlled by someone or something, you're going to find that this is very powerful. Repeat, either silently or verbally after me. I take back my heart. I take back my soul. I take back my mind. I take back my body. I take back my honor. I take back my identity. I take back my self-respect. Feel this as you're saying this, accept it. I take back my God-given talents and abilities. And there's one final acceptance. Before you do this, go back to the moment that you were born. Because now is your second chance, or your third, or your 20th. Now is another chance. And at the count of 3, you're going to say, I, followed by your name that you were given at birth, your full name. So let's say it's Susan Barbara Allen the third. That's your name at birth. You're reclaiming it. You're reclaiming your life with this step. Okay? So I'm not going to verbalize anything because I don't want to interrupt you. I, 1, 2, 3. I take back my life. And feel that energy pouring down from the top of your head into every cell of your body and out the soles of your feet. It's your life. Reclaim it. You can have it your way when you come from love. And now, if we were at the Phoenix and Dragon, there would be probably between 50 and 70 of us. And we are one. We would be one. And everybody who is on this video I'm doing, who's watching it, just pretend that we're all at the Phoenix and Dragon. And we are all one. And we're of one mind. Love and peace, abundance, health. And each one of us has brought something to that ceremony for everybody else. And I go around the circle. Yeah, if there are 70 people, I read 70 people and I give them a mantra, whatever I pick up. I have no idea what I'm saying. And I tell them after the ceremony, please don't ask me what I meant when I said whatever your mantra is, because I wasn't the one saying it. And there's always somebody who says, I don't understand what you said. And I say, well, just be with it. It's a message from God to you. And so I have these, I call them star cards, because I put a star on the back of each one of them. Each one is a positive statement designed to uplift. So, I'm going to give myself a little room here. And this is what this replaces the mantras. I don't have to read 70 people, although there's certainly more than 70 on this video. Okay, the first mantra. Your friends and clients love you. Accept that. And the way you do is you just let God's love pour out from the top of your head through every cell in your body and out the soles of your feet. Accept it. Take a quantum leap forward. I'm going to rephrase that for you and say, I take a quantum leap forward. Oh, that feels terrific, doesn't it? Oh, love it. It's your mantra. I am popular. You can say this out loud unless you're with somebody who is making fun of you, and if they won't leave, you do it silently. I am powerful. Ooh, I love that one. I am radiantly healthy. I am loved and wanted. Now, don't let your mind get into this and tell you that that's not true. This is what we are creating together as a group. You are loved and wanted. I appreciate you for watching this video and joining me at my full moon ceremony. I am God made manifest. I dare to dream. Oh, this is wonderful. I think this is going to be the final one. I claim my prosperity and wealth. Woo! Okay. Now, I'm going to give you something I haven't shared before. What I have found through much trial and error is that every step I've shared with you works. Here's a little secret that can absolutely help you take that quantum leap forward. Your mind does not know the difference between the past, the present, or the future. And so, what you do now is you imagine that you have already received what you put in your right hand. It's yours. You're living it. You're doing it. You're being it. And what you are going to do now, and we won't do it on the video because I want you to have time to really get into this step. You're going to write what your life is now like. In other words, in your mind, you have received what you've asked for, and you are describing the wonderfulness of it, the beauty of it, the joy of it, the peace of it. And you write that down because it's your heart's desire. And as you write it, your mind receives it. Dear friends, join me next month at my next full moon ceremony. Until then, this is Maxine Taylor saying, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.